Good evening. My name is Mr. Levitt. I'm the new director of Tri-County. My first year here. I was an administrator in the Machias area and a CT director in the Machias area as well. So I wanted to welcome you all here tonight to celebrate the successes and accomplishments of our students. I got to tell you, when I go around the tech center, I'm really inspired by the students and what they're doing and the skill level they've attained. And also the instructors inspire me as well. If it wasn't for them, your students wouldn't have gained all that skill and knowledge that they have today. So I want to thank the instructors for their facilitating, coaching, mentoring. I want to thank the Criminal Justice Program for the routine tonight. Thank you very much. Also the media team and Mr. Cole and especially Connor Chase. Instructors and staff as well. But most of all, I want to thank parents for for allowing us to educate your students at Tri-County. It means a lot that you have the faith and confidence in us to educate your students. A couple of things. I want to just say that when your student is coming up to get their portfolio or any scholarships or awards, please feel free to come up and take photos. And the last two things I want to say, the last thing I want to say to seniors is that you're always welcome at Tri-County Technical Center. Please come back and tell us about your great successes. I mean that. We want to see you. We want to hear about what you're doing in the future. Okay, we're going to start our program now with individual program awards and presentations. So students, I'd like you to come up and stand on this side. Once you get your portfolio from your instructor, come to this side. Got it? Got it. Okay, good. All right, first up is, I have a couple corrections as well. The first one is that I left some names in a program out of the program that I gave you when you came in. So one program I left out is our early childhood education program. It's in the middle, but I didn't get it to the front. It's a new program this year, and my sincere apologies, Allison Gaudreau, for leaving it out. So you'll see her come up and present to her students. And also, I left two student names out of it. For commercial truck driving, Vincent Brown. Where are you, Vincent? Where is he? Where's Vince? Is he here? Okay, I left his name out anyway, but I did want to recognize him. He did earn the CDL this year. And McKenna Gibbs. Sorry, McKenna, where are you? My deepest apologies to you and your family for leaving your name out of the program. So first up is Mr. Larry Pelletier with Automotive Technology.
Thank you, guys. Come on up if you're here. You can just be where you need to be. Some of you I haven't seen in a while. It's good to see you. I'm on my left. All right. First off, I just want to say thank you to my students for putting up with me. Another year of craziness, that's for sure. With a few interruptions this year, but overall went very well. We got a lot of things done that we needed to do. We got a few things to finish up on. I can tell you, without going into individual recognition for every student, all of our students are leaving here with industry certifications that we have in our program. Most students have 5 to 6, maybe 7. We've got a couple to finish up next week. And overall, as a school year, we've turned out over 100 of these certifications for industry professionals to recognize for our students to be in. So we're proud of that as well. So first up, I'll start with a second-year student, been with me 2 years, perfect attendance for the year again this year. I believe it was the last year also. One of my on-the-job training students. So instead of being here at the tech center, he goes out and works for a shop every day. He gets his credit that way, so that's an awesome opportunity. So Logan Bostridge. First-year student of mine this year. I'm looking to see if there's awards in here. He has several perfect attendance awards, several NC3 certifications to snap on. I'm glad to have Ryan here, Ryan Gould. Another second-year student of mine, but not working all year, so to come into the Tech Center. Perfect year of attendance for the entire year and for the last year also as well. Kaz Jordan. First year student of mine, done a great job this year. Every time I need something done that I don't want to do, he'll do it for me. So that's awesome. It's a great characteristic to have. Thanks, Ty Massey. Second year student of mine, been here for 2 years. Lots of perfect attendance through the quarters, lots of certifications for 2 years, lots of experience. Gabe's gonna be good to go, that's for sure. Gabe Silva. Those are our participating seniors tonight for Auto Tech, and we will ask Mr. Gay and Building Trades students to go next. Thank you.
There's John, all dressed up. Nice job. Is Nick in the crowd? No. I have 2 seniors this year. This young man right here is John Gallison. Great young man. He's a second-year student. He's had a whole bunch of perfect attendance awards. And he's doing well, and he's looking going into the electrical field. So he's got a plan. Nice young man. My other senior, he's been doing on-the-job training. That's Nick Lovely, and there's something about it. He always drove in. He could never seem to quite get here on time, but he's been going to work at 5:30 in the morning down where he's working. So I don't know what it is. But thank you. Next up, go ahead, John. Next up is Mr. Will Height in computer-aided drafting and design. And I just want to say Duke Layton is my work partner here. He's not here tonight, but he's been very important to running of my program and stuff. So thank you.
Does that mean I have to stall? I can stall. Boy, COVID's changed a bit, huh? My CAD students, come on down. I know I'm missing some CAD students because of COVID, actually. And I'll just mention quickly that it's been discouraging and encouraging year. And the silver lining is that our students, your students have risen to the occasion over and over and over again. And it's really, speaking from a personal level, it's encouraged me to be a better instructor, to come equipped just as they are every day. These guys, many of them, one of them in particular was almost 100% remote this year. And I gotta tell you, that would take a great deal of discipline, more than I would have. And then I've had students in and out all year due to quarantine restrictions, even symptoms of being sick. And so they've bounced in and out of the classroom when necessary, and we've kept moving forward. Thanks to the new technology that's been brought into the building, that's been a blessing. But we've been able to have remote students at home move productively through our curriculum. And so I just want to take a moment and mention that. Looks like we got the right ones here. So let's begin with a student who is not here tonight due to symptoms. So he's self-quarantined for the past week or so. And that's David Armstrong. I still take a few minutes to brag about this guy. I've had him for 3 years as a student. And David has earned Autodesk's AutoCAD certification through Certiport. That's a huge certification. In fact, all of my seniors have earned that level or higher, and I'll mention those as we go. And David continues his CAD education as he's currently learning advanced steel, another whole program that his employer has asked him to learn. David is already gainfully employed as a designer in training for a local company right here, Central Maine Drafting, if any of you know it. And David has also earned a number of perfect attendance awards over the last 3 years that I've had him. Showed a great amount of dedication. So unfortunately, I won't be able to hand his portfolio to him, but he certainly has earned everything in it. The next student I would care to mention is Mr. Kyle Bagley. Mr. Kyle Bagley. Kyle has also earned his Autodesk AutoCAD certification through Certiport. And Kyle is one of those students who I wish I could have had more than 1 year. But I'm grateful that I had him for his senior year. He's often joked about growing up in his brother's shadow, who I also had as a student, had the privilege of that. But I gotta say, Kyle is his own man. I've seen him grow a great deal this year. And he's always pushed himself, which is encouraging. Kyle has also been inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. I believe there'll be more mention of that later tonight. He has secured summertime employment with PQ Controls, and he will begin his post-secondary education this fall as a history major. Good choice, by the way. Good choice. Kyle is also one of my students who has earned a number of perfect attendance awards as a CAD engineering student. The next student I would like to mention is on quarantine. This is a student that's kept me on my toes all year. But we've had a lot of great fun and personal challenges and personal projects that my students have brought into the classroom amaze me. And Christian Easler is probably the student that's challenged me the most in some areas this year, and it's unfortunate he's unable to be here. Chris has also earned his Autodesk AutoCAD certification through Certiport, and Chris too has secured summertime employment along with Kyle at PQ Controls, and will begin his post-secondary education this fall. And Chris is also on this list of multiple perfect attendance awards. Ashton Knight. I don't have favorite students, as much as Kyle would like you to believe that he's mine. I just don't. But I look at what this school, this little school in Central Maine produce, and it blows me away all the time. And these students are a good example of that. And Ashton is the student I was speaking about with a great deal of discipline that he has shown this year, as he's been almost 100% remote, and yet he's always been beyond the milestones in his curriculum. And it's just been a blessing. It's almost like he's on autopilot. I don't know how he does it. That's the mysteries, I guess. But Ashton has earned Autodesk's AutoCAD certification, as well as he is prepared to take the next certification this next week, which is Autodesk's Revit certification through Certiport. And upon graduation, Ashton has already secured a place of employment as a designer in training for Mid-South's Orono office, where he will be working on engineering projects from all over the country, right out of Orono, Maine, as a valuable member of Mid-South. I couldn't be any more happier for him. And once again, Ashton, even though he's been remote most of the time, is another student that has multiple perfect attendance. So very good. Congratulations. Probably the most creative student I have ever had is Lucas Cron. Lucas has earned his Autodesk AutoCAD certification, and he is ready to take his second certification test next week as well, this time in Fusion 360. And I've only had him 1 year. I wish I could have had him a second year. We talk about that once in a while. Lucas will begin his post-secondary education this fall, and Lucas has also earned a number of perfect attendance awards throughout the year. So. I believe the next program is commercial trucking, Clay Lane and Thomas Beer.
Good evening, everybody. Wow. More now than expected.
Thank you. Do him last, right?
Yeah. Well, this has been an interesting year. Due to COVID, we've had some challenges in our program. It had to do with the amount of people we could have in the truck. Normally, when we head out, when the kids get their permits, we can load up 5 kids right in the truck and head on out. And that wasn't an option this year. In spite of that, we have this wonderful group of individuals here who still showed up every day. We had to break them up into their assigned time slots. They drove in on their own for the most part instead of riding the bus because we could only give them that time slot. And they have been tremendous, very responsible. Very, very good group of people, earning their licenses, permits, the whole 9 yards. I'm very proud of these individuals over here. And we even have a few, at least one of them here, who came back after that dumpster fire of a year last year that we had with COVID that ended us early. So very, very proud of these young individuals. They've done a tremendous job. So we're going to start off with Joshua Burnett. Thank you very much. Excellent job. What's that? Yeah, you just stand right over there. This gentleman has already got his Class A license and has a plan. I love seeing this. Ted Taylor. This gentleman has also earned his license and he's ready to go. Good boy. Hunter, thank you, very good. You're on the cusp of getting a license.
Find it. There we go.
Kylie Higgins, second year student, came back after last year when everything just kind of fell apart and got her license right at the beginning of the year and has been working OJT ever since. I'm so glad you stuck it through, came back and earned that license. Good job. Gabe Ritano. Stop. Hey, we've come a long way. Excellent job. You want this new one too, right? Because it's got his...
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
You get
Excellent
two.
job, sir.
Special. Thank you.
Last and certainly not least, Colin Speed. Thank you very much. Excellent job this year. Is there anything you want to add?
I'd like to thank all of the parents that are here tonight for sending us such wonderful young people to work with. It's amazing the things that come out of the hills here in mid-Maine. And you've got awfully righteous reason to be proud of these children of yours that have grown up to be some of the greatest drivers I've seen. Not only do they overcome a lot of obstacles with COVID and everything else that we've worked with, they've come over milestones of their own, changing their habits, persevering, and being good people that are going to go out there and work and serve our communities in transportation. And I want to thank you once again as parents, guardians, grandparents of these people and sending them to us. Thank you very much.
Real quick, I want to recognize Josh Burnett, Hunter Dean, Gabe Ritano, and Colin Speed for perfect attendance this year. Excellent job, gentlemen. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Colonel Spaulding from Criminal Justice.
I get a kick out of people mentioning how challenging it's been. Last year when they said that we had to go to remote, I left the school, went out of my house and got my TV remote. I thought that's what they meant, but I've got a little bit better. And nobody's ever had any challenge because they haven't had Daisy in my class, but we'll talk about that later. First up is first year student is a senior, Celia Smith. She rose to the rank of sergeant of the T1 class. This year we were able to purchase a simulator, firearm simulator, and all I can tell you about her is don't challenge her to a gunfight with a rifle or a handgun. So. Next up is, oh, I gotta have that. I told Ann to write down what she'd done, and she got a list a mile long. So.
Here you go.
So you meant to mention CTE about that?
Yeah, later. Yeah.
Okay. Next one up is Ann Girardi. You'll hear a lot about her in a little bit. It's my first year having her. She rose to the rank of sergeant. A very good leader. Helped me tremendously with everything. She earned her certificate, or earned license, right? License from Mr. Wentworth in his EMT class, so she's a licensed EMT, and you'll hear some more about her a little bit later. She has perfect attendance, all last year and this year. Oh, you captain in the EMT class? Woo, okay, I didn't know that. But anyways, great student, smart kid. She's gonna go a long ways. Oh boy. Next up is a second-year student, lieutenant in the T2 class. Great leader, great student. Has plans on going into criminal justice, and there's no doubt that that he won't make it because he is so dedicated to what he does. Great respected. You didn't have perfect attendance, did you?
I mean, if you want to take up the four-wheeling trips.
Yeah, he had perfect attendance. And last but not least is the captain of the crew. I've had Daisy for 2 years. She is a challenge. Ask her mother. Great student. can do anything I ask, does anything I ask. It's going to go a long ways. Yeah, as the director said, tough as nails is not a person in my class, and I'll scared half to death of her, including me. There's one more person I want to recognize, and she's going to kill me. A student last year that I had that tremendous military mind, tremendous mind when it comes to regiment, and stuff like that. I think rose to captain before we had the corona and had to leave. Couldn't wait to get her back. Begged her to come back. She did come back, and then they moved to Machias or somewhere down on the coast. So I've had her for 2 years, but not really for a whole year. But she is a big part of the class. She kept checking with us. We kept checking with her, and she came tonight to see the kids perform. So I just want to recognize her. That'd be Madeline Tata. Okay, up next. Childhood. What do you call that?
Early childhood
Early
education.
childhood education. Got it.
All right, so I'm a first-year program. I'm not at Tech Center, so that's kind of why maybe I'm a little bit foreign to what's going on, but amazing program this year. We had 9 students. Next year we're at 24. So great year. I'm gonna miss these girls. So because of COVID, we had lots of time together in the classroom because we couldn't get out into childcare facilities and therapists and clinicals and elementary schools. So this year, my students, including these 5 seniors, earned 3 credits in early literacy development at Eastern Maine Community College. They all earned their state certification as mandated reporters, which in our field of work is extremely valuable to have that state certified training. Thanks to instructor of EMT and firefighting, Bill Wentworth, we have, or we're going to have, our CPR and first aid certification. Trainings that they've all completed, FERPA and HIPAA. In our field, that's fancy terms for laws about what you can and can't do with students' records and their medical information. They all have training on autism spectrum disorder. They're all trained in trauma-based interventions and adverse childhood effects and experiences. They are safe sleep and period of purple cry trained with infants. And this past week, we finished our NOCTI exam, our national certification, and all of them either met or exceeded the expected score for early childhood education under the SECA certification requirements. So awesome job, girls. All right, I gotta go in order here. All right, so first in line is Miss Caitlin Gray, known to all the kiddos as Miss Caitlin. And you might not think you can make strong connections. I've heard other instructors talk about fully remote students. You might not think you can make strong connections with a student who's on the other side of the screen all year long. But with Caitlin, that wasn't true. If there was an award for most invested remote learner, Caitlin would win first place. Caitlin's ECE projects will serve as models for future ECE students. I truly wish I could have another year with you on site. The sky's the limit for this girl, and you're the only student whose smile I got to see all year long, and it was beautiful. I'm gonna miss you. All right, Miss Layla. Layla, Nokomis Regional High School student, which that's where we were. So she was my morning chat buddy. If she wasn't through the door by 7:45 on T2 days, I was worried she wasn't gonna be there. But I loved every minute of our one-on-one time. In an ECE classroom, Layla would win the award for taking risks and growing and stepping outside of her comfort zone. Came such a far with that this year. Layla has been accepted into the ECE program at KVCC, and although I can't come with you like you asked me to, I will always be there to support you along the way. I'm so proud of you. Miss Kiera, to all of us in early childhood and all the kids known as Kiki. She was loved so much by our 6-year-old case study student, Adele, that Adele's doll is now named Kiki. That says a lot about her influence on young children. Her affect with young children is a strength. I'm gonna miss those smiling eyes and the way she speed talks her way through everything she's invested in. On a side note, if you ever want to know anything about Grey's Anatomy, Criminal Minds, or Marvel, Kiki's your girl. And if I could connect anything in ECE to that content, it always stuck. Miss Alexis, we call her Lexi. Lexi was a tremendous help in my new territory known as Warrior Nation. You don't step into that place without maroon on and calling it Warrior Nation. I found that out. I didn't wear my tiger sweatshirt very often. I think once or twice during basketball season. She was able to answer all my questions and help me make connections. Lexi did an outstanding job finding opportunity to expand her hands-on experience as she volunteered at child care centers when she wasn't in class. She took that step to go above and beyond. The drive to extend her experience in ECE will take her far, and I've so enjoyed my time working with her. All right, last one. Miss Corinne. It's a little long because it's a little story here, but it's a pretty special story. So I have a lot to say about Corinne, but I think one of the best ways to show a true reflection of her character, and I'm not even sure she knows she did this, but it stuck with me. It's a story about a day where all my students were off. Everyone was dragging, everybody was feeling down for various reasons. Well, in ECE, we're all about emotions, right? Everything ties to that. So I was getting ready to check in with everybody, and Corinne spoke up and stopped me in mid-sentence and said, "How are you today, Mrs. Goodrow? How are you doing?" And she truly meant it. She really wanted to know how I was doing. It's the simplest question to ask someone. But when Corinne asked me that, I realized this girl has a quality that is so unique in today's world. She cares so deeply for others. Many of Corinne's placement students were nonverbal communicators, but Corinne knew how to compassionately communicate from day one. I'm so proud of your growth, and I'm gonna miss my little ray of sunshine. Corinne has almost completed her BHP training and hopes to work for an agency such as Care and Comfort in the future. is emergency medical technician.
Good evening. This is my first year doing one of these presentations, and I want to thank the parents for sharing your children with us this year, with me especially. If I start to tear up a little bit, it's allergies. It's not that I'm going to miss them. We've had a good year. We've had a lot of fun, I think. We've done some stuff. We challenged criminal justice to a physical fitness challenge early on in the year. My EMT class and my firefighting class, we came in second, so I think that's pretty good. And I would like to start with recognizing McKenna Gibbs, who is a 13th year student. She graduated last year. With all of my EMT students, they are going to be presented with a jump kit. We've used those throughout the year, and they're theirs to keep. I think that's it. Nope, just one. Thank you. My next student, Louise Garricant, had the hardest time trying to pronounce her name at the beginning of the year.
You're the only one that actually nailed it.
But I've got it down now. Willow Sandy, another one of my students that could not be here tonight because of quarantine. She had perfect attendance for the year, and she also earned the National Technical Honor Society award. Miranda Turner, she was promoted to the rank of lieutenant for our EMT class. I think that's it. And now, firefighting students. Firefighting this is our first year starting this program. We had a good time in the program. I think we bonded quite a bit. Let's see, my first student that I would like to recognize is Michael Gadwa. Michael was promoted to the rank of captain. Michael also had perfect attendance this year, and he is a member of the National Technical Honor Society as well. For my firefighting students, I am presenting them with a bailout bag. This is something that I hope they never have to use in their career as a firefighter, but it is something that is necessary for them to have. Lucas Otis. I've really enjoyed Luke's energy levels this year. He's probably the hardest working person that I know for a young man. It's been a pleasure, Luke. I have two other students that couldn't make it tonight, Carly Taylor and Sean Leland. Next up is graphic design with Karen Walsh.
I would also like to thank the parents and the families for coming to support our students. I could not be more proud of these kids. This has been a year, and they have put up with me, which is probably the hardest job they had this year, as they shake their head. So thank you, parents, families. Thank you, my crew, for going above and beyond and just doing a fabulous job. Really appreciate it. You're gonna go far. So, first year student receiving his certification in Adobe InDesign, and this is a first this year, by the way. First ever, I should say. Certification in Adobe InDesign and his Adobe Professional certification in Photoshop and Illustrator. That's 3 certifications. This stuff is not easy. This is national certifications. He also received 3 college credits from Eastern Maine Community College, and he only had 1 day absent all year. Thomas McCall. First year student receiving his Adobe Photoshop certification and perfect attendance for the year, James Beeland. Second year student receiving her Adobe Professional certification in Photoshop and Illustrator and perfect attendance for 2 years and receiving 3 college credits from Eastern Maine Community College, Lily Chadwick. Next up, Ms. Vanover and Ms. Ward and the health occupation students.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Again, thank you for coming. Reagan and I co-teach the health occupational class together. We had a total of 30 students this year. And as much as I'd love to say that they have all passed their certification as a certified nursing assistant in the state of Maine, we're still waiting on 2 more results. So 25 out of 30 are now certified nursing assistants in the state of Maine. When others were hiding and others were nervous, when others were sick and others were fearful, our students were out in the hospitals. Our students took the time, 6 hours a day for the last 3 months, to work in our hospitals. They never once turned their back. They never once gave it a second thought. I want to thank you guys for allowing, the families, for allowing us and trusting us to keep your students safe in these difficult times. And I want to say thank you to all of the students that risked their life and that took the time and didn't miss a clinical and was always there for their patients 100% of the time. Thank you. I'd like to take the time to congratulate and honor our health occupational seniors.
First up, I have Michaela Bignell. She amazed me with how she juggled school, her job, and sports with such ease. She was a hard worker in the clinical setting, and I have no doubt that Michaela will be successful in her future endeavors.
I don't know.
Okay. Alexis Rush. Alexis is a natural caregiver and showed a high level of maturity in my class. She is quiet and hardworking. In clinical, she displayed confidence. Alexis would do anything that was asked of her. I know she will make a great CNA and nurse someday. Peyton Grant. Peyton is great at everything that she does, and she always gives 100%. She's an amazing athlete, student, and was exceptional in the clinical setting. The residents loved her. I know Peyton will do great things in the future.
I was told to keep it short and sweet because I can definitely be lengthy, and it's dinner time. I could go on all evening about how wonderful my students are. I'm a little bit emotional sometimes, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. First off is Amanda King. Sorry. Amanda, you are amazing at everything you do. You're an amazing athlete, student, most of all, friend and peer. You have got one of the kindest souls I've ever met. This girl would write a quote every morning on my board, keep us going every day. When things got off track, we'd refer to Amanda's quote. She was excited to write one every day, and we looked forward to it. And my class the next day saw it and said, wow, that's really cool. Someone's writing quotes? Yeah. You're genuine and an inspiration to all. I want to take this moment to congratulate you and let you know I'll miss you. Jade, sometimes, we're gonna cry together. Sometimes class has been challenging. This year has been challenging. And I couldn't be any more proud to stand up here and hand this portfolio to Jade, who has deserved every certification that she has gotten. Isabel, you can get closer to me, I promise. Isabel, you've been a pleasure to have in class. Quiet, hardworking, dedicated, and her smile shines through even the mask. You can tell when she smiles. She's a beautiful person, and no doubt in my mind will she go far in life. Congratulations, Isabel. I'll miss you. Oh, Katie. I told her I was going to embarrass her, but I really can't do that. Katie started out as a traditional student, coming to tech, and with the whole COVID, she was remote learning for 4 months. And in the health occupational field, that's not easy. It's very difficult to teach a bed bath online. But with perseverance, every single day signing in, me dragging her around on my shoulder with the computer, she learned, and she did it. She did an amazing job. She managed to stay caught up. She kept in contact with me and her class. And tonight I want to congratulate her for pulling through and having a great, successful year. Then there's Keith. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Where do I start?
I don't know.
He is the only male student that was in my class this year. And I'd like to thank you and congratulate you. But I want to take a moment to explain that this gentleman, with no doubt, has the toughest skin I've ever met to deal with us girls. He's always eager to learn, and it's a pleasure working with him, but he often gives me challenges, which is okay. He recently came to me and said, Miss Karen, I've changed my major. And I said, oh no, Keith, what? He's decided he's gonna go forward and further his education into nursing and furthermore into nurse practitioner. I couldn't be any prouder of this gentleman. Congratulations, Keith.
Thank you.
One more thing.
You're done.
I know. I want to mention the National Honor Society. So, and you have one too, right? Just quick, real quick before I let them go. Amanda King and Peyton Grant got National Honor Society here at Tech. National Tech Honor Society. And give them a big hand for that. That's quite an accomplishment.
And at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Mosca, who will be retiring soon.
Drop the mic? Yeah. That was my version of drop the mic, I guess. Yeah. First of all, I too would like to thank all the people responsible for these young men and having them come over to the Tech Center. It's been an interesting year, to say the least, but we persevered, and I think we accomplished a lot, and I'm very, very proud of them and their achievements. First up, a first-year student, Isaac Anderson. Isaac has been employed the last 2 months?
3 months.
3 months. Time flies. He's working for Casella Waste Management, and he started off, and he came to me and he said, "Can I take MIG weld?" And I said, "Yeah, we can do that." And he says, "Well, I got a job interview tomorrow." And I said, "Okay." So we did the welding for a whole day, and he caught on really well, and I was pleasantly surprised. And he goes and interviews for this job, and he comes back, "I got the job." I said, "Great." So he has been working there for 3 months, and as I understand it, they're really pleased with him, pleased with his work, and he's getting a fairly good wage, just got a raise, right? Has benefits and insurance, so that's pretty good starting out from high school, and he can go a long ways, and he's thinking about maybe later on getting his degree in welding also. But first year student, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Ethan Buber. Ethan also is a first year student. A lot of my students, when they come in, they see that there's welding attached to the program. It's primarily precision machining with the welding aspect, which is great. And a lot of my students come in and they know about welding, but they really don't know anything about precision machining or being a machinist. So enter Ethan. Ethan comes in and he falls, I think he really likes it. He falls in love with it. So much so that he went and visited Northern Maine Community College, put in his application, he's been accepted, and he will be starting next fall at Northern Maine Community College for CNC programming. So first year student, I wish I had him for more, but he'll be up in Northern Maine next year. Ryan Lane. Ryan is a, nice hat. Ryan is a second year student, and last year, again, because we had to leave, it was kind of tough. And we had home assignments, and for one reason or another, a lot of Ryan's didn't get done. And I thought, oh, that's too bad. So this year he signs up again. I go, wow, he's really a glutton for punishment, but okay. To his credit, he did all of the assignments that were due. and continued on this year and did a great job in the shop area and was took on the responsibility. So I have to commend him for persevering and getting through. Ryan has been employed at a local dairy farm and is going to continue doing that until he's decided to he's got a few things he wants to check out, but he is gainfully employed, and I wish him nothing but good luck. My next student, I'm going to go with Matt Snyder. Matt is also a second-year student. Matt comes from Greenville, so he trucks down along with 3 or 4 other students I have from Greenville every day, and I really appreciate that. Matt is one of my students, my go-to students, and if I need something done or if I have another student, a first-year student needs any help, I can call on Matt and know that the job will be done right. Matt is going also NOCTI certified. Matt was got a great score, bettered himself from the fall. Matt is going to be attending University of Maine at Orono, and he is going to be in the engineering, mechanical engineering program. And I wish him also the best of luck. This next student, I could talk and talk and talk and talk, but Brady McCleary, second-year student. Brady, at the beginning of the year, we have to fill out in our portfolio as a goal sheet, and one of his goals was to get a Mustang. Check. The other one, what was the second one? No, what was the other one? All right, well, there was another one, and I don't know if he's got that one yet, but the other one was to go to work for Bath Iron Works. And I thought, wow, lofty goal, that's great. And he wants to weld. There's no mistake about it. He wants to weld, he wants to weld, and he wants to weld some more. Okay. So, as you may know or not know, Bath Iron Works had open interviews for jobs, welders, machinists, electricians, pipers, so on and so forth. He says to me, I think I want to do that. I said, I think you should. So he goes down to Lewiston, takes the day. They were testing Thursday and Friday. He goes down Friday afternoon. And later in the afternoon, he has to go in a trailer that's fully equipped and does a welding test. Then he does a written test. You know, you ever think sometimes you're talking to somebody and they're just not getting it? Well, Brady sometimes can be that way, but boys, I'll tell you what, did he not perform? He was unbelievable. Passed his welding test, passed his written test, and did so well, they offered him a job on the spot. He went to sign his name on the dotted line, and the girl said, wow, you must have done really well. You're the first one we hired in 2 days. So he came right back and told us, stopped on the way back, on the way home, and big smile on his face. We were all very happy, very proud. So I hope that he continues with Bath Iron Works. He's got a great future ahead of him, and I'm sure that he will do well. So, Brady McCleary. He takes direction well, too. I would like to call up, who we got? Multimedia Productions with Mr. Cole. Thank you.
We've had a pretty good year this year. Just to give you an idea of the class of students that I've had this year. Last year, I believe I had 5 certifications in Adobe certifications. This year, we had 15, which was really impressive. So a really hardworking, very intelligent, talented group of students this year that I'm very proud of. I thought it was going to be a really super challenging year with I'm going to have to tell the students about masks and sanitizing their hands and their stations, but they were really perfect this year. I mean, I never had any problem with them. And in fact, they actually would tell me sometimes, Mr. Cole, oh, okay, yeah, sorry, forgot to pull up my mask after lunch. So it was a really good year. I mean, for all the struggles, I think they performed well. And I'd like to mention that if you've seen the Facebook page, that's basically 2 students that we've called the media team this year. And that's I'll tell you about them in a bit, but they've performed very well. Everything I threw at them, they could do. And a lot of the media that you saw on Facebook and sometimes Twitter and on the website is due to the media team. So I was really, really happy with what they did this year. Very proud of them. First up is a student who I think it might have been a typo. I don't think you've ever missed a day in 2 years. Never missed an assignment, never late, 0 problems. I call him the rock of multimedia. He's going to NESCOM next year, New England School of Communication at Husson. They're lucky to have him. He's a better guitarist than me, and that makes me very mad, but I still passed him. He's certified in Adobe Premiere and After Effects. Nicholas Blethen. Next, I'm going to call Mary. Mary is a first-year student, and I'm sorry that she's going to be leaving me. She is Adobe Premiere certified. Everything she did this year was excellent, and I don't think that's ever happened. I mean, for a first-year student. And I'm sorry I don't have her for a second year, but I'm a little terrified of what I would actually have to teach her. I mean, she pushed me this year. I was like, stay up at night, like, oh, what am I going to tell Mary? She was so good at everything. She's Adobe certified in Adobe Premiere, and one of the best students I've ever had, and I hope she becomes a filmmaker. She's got that kind of talent. Mary Mayotte. This next student I've had for 2 years. You saw his videos that he edited. I polished one, but the second one was all Connor. I couldn't have done any better. I don't know if I could have done as well as he did. He is that talented. He's accepted to 2 colleges. I don't know where he's going to go next year, but I have a guess. But any place he'll go, they'll be lucky to have him. He's certified in Adobe After Effects and in Adobe Premiere. That gives you a Adobe Professional certification, which I didn't mention Nick also has. That's new this year, and he passed both tests quite easily. He's a very talented editor. He's one of the nicest students you'll ever have. And I'll miss him. Connor Chase. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sarah Hansen. I'm the Student Services Coordinator here at Tri-County. Let me find my paper here. The National Technical Honor Society is an exclusive group made up of high-achieving students from a career and technical education school. To be an NTHS member, students must first be nominated by their instructor. They should have a 3.0 or equivalent GPA in their program and at their sending school. And they should have no more than 3 absences from both their sending school and Tri-County. They should display the attributes of NTHS, which are knowledge, skill, honesty, service, responsibility, scholarship, citizenship, and leadership. They should be active in their community and school and be an example to all of those around them. For the 2020-21 year, 22 students, some of them juniors, some of them seniors, earned the right to become members of NTHS. And I gotta tell you, I was blown away this year. Usually in a good year, we have 10 or 12 students, and to have 22 in a year of COVID, in a year of quarantining, in a year of illness, I was just amazed at the caliber of students that you brought to our school, and I gotta thank you for that. We had an induction ceremony for our NTHS students on May 12th, but we would like to recognize those seniors again tonight. So as I read your name, if you would please stand up so you can be recognized for your hard work. And hold the applause until I get to the end, please. Kyle Bagley, Nicholas Blethen, Lily Chadwick, Michael Gadwa, Ann Girardi, Peyton Grant, Amanda King, and Willow Sandy. This year, NTHS added an additional honor to their membership. The LAPSON endorsement, the Law and Public Safety Education Network, is a premier support organization for law, public safety, corrections, and security cluster in secondary education. It exists to help develop and support LPSCS career education programs through curriculum development, students and instructor certifications, instructor training, program assessment, and assistance in developing and improving LPSCS career programs. That's a mouthful. So in addition to the NTHS membership requirements, students must also meet the following LAPSON criteria: 85% or higher on a numeric scale or 3.0 GPA in all law and public safety courses, 75% or higher on a numeric scale or 2.0 overall for all coursework, recommendation from their current or previous law and public safety instructor, and they must complete at least 1.5 units or 1.5 years of law and public safety coursework with 0 disciplinary actions for the last year. We have 2 students who qualified for this additional honor. If you could please stand, Michael Gadwa and Ann Girardi. Ann, you can stay standing. Ann Girardi is also a second-year NTHS student, which means she got it last year, but she also met all of the qualifications this year. And in addition to that, Ann Girardi is also Tri-County's Student of the Year. Okay, scholarships. Presenting the Carter Dulac Memorial VFW Post 4298 Scholarship, Commander, did I say it right? Commander Ivana Hernandez. There, that's a mouthful.
Really short. So I'm Ivana Hernandez-Kluge. I'm the commander of the VFW post here in Dexter. Every year we do our absolute best to try to get a scholarship to the tech center. Last year with COVID we couldn't, but that's the only year we've skipped, and I think the last 30 or so. Our partnership with the tech center is the big reason for this. The students help us out with so many different projects, from building our bingo hall about 30 years ago, to this year helping us with graphic design and other things we needed to get our car show back up and running so we can have a fundraiser. And this year our recipient is Miss Lily Chadwick.
The main blue-collar scholarship is given to students who have demonstrated a commitment to pursue a career in the trades. This year, they have awarded over $90,000 to 80 recipients throughout the state. We have 2 students who have been awarded these scholarships. Joshua Burnett. Josh, are you here? Stand up. Stand up. You don't have to come up, you just stand up. and Ethan Buber. These scholarships will be awarded at their sending school awards nights. Okay. The Buck Charles Memorial Scholarship. Buck Charles was a former student here who worked for McKinney Machine, and he passed away, unfortunately, and they've created a scholarship in his name. So receiving the Buck Charles Memorial Scholarship is Ethan Buber. The Penobscot Masonic Lodge number 39 scholarship goes to a resident in the SAD 46 district. This year's scholarship goes to Ann Girardi. There are 2 Dexter Sunrise Kiwanis Club citizenships. The first one is to Lily Chadwick. And the second one goes to Peyton Grant. The Ginny Elms Memorial Scholarship is for a student who is going into nursing. This year's scholarship goes to Amanda King. And finally, we have the Melmac CTE Scholarship. Goes to a student who has been accepted to a 4 or 2-year college, apprenticeship, or certificate program, is a Maine resident, faces significant challenges or obstacles in pursuit of higher education, makes a difference in the lives of others and that of his or her community, is a solid school citizen, has made a positive contribution to the school environment, exhibits a commitment to public service, and has the potential to make a difference in the world. And when we met to talk about who would receive this scholarship, there was no question, Louise Garricon. And my final bit for the night is what we're calling a career and college drawing, or college and career drawing. Some of you might recognize these. Any of you recognize these little stars? As students were accepted to college or had a job offer for a career after they graduated high school, they brought a letter or some sort of proof to me. I gave them a t-shirt that said, "I'm going places, ask me where." And they got a star on the bulletin board that had their name on it and where they were going. So what we're going to do with these is I'm going to put all of these stars, because I pulled them off the bulletin board, and put them in this highly prized and extremely rare Tri-County Technical Center string bag. And we're going to draw 3 of them. And my lovely assistant here, Ms. Walsh, is going to draw them. And the recipients, the winners of this, will receive a $150 gift card to Rennie's to get something they need, either for college or career or something. So, Ms. Walsh, without further ado, draw the first one. And the winner is Nicholas Blethen. All right, number 2. Stir 'em up. Stir 'em up. Oop. Had one? Lost it. All right. The second one goes to Miss Katie Kimball. All right. Last but not least. Last one goes to Louise Garricon. All right, thank you.
Okay, the last thing we're going to do before we close tonight is we're going to give away these flowers right in front of us. If you look under the seat, under your seat, there should be a ticket. You might have to reach for it. I don't know how you're going to do that gracefully, but should be 2 tickets hidden on the seat somewhere. Come right up. I see the other one right there. Okay, what's your name?
Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett? Carol, not Carol Burnett, the famous one.
With the money.
Right, not the one with the money, she says, but Carol Burnett. So I'll have your family member come pick it up for you. How's that? Josh? Yep. Okay, thank you very much. And your name, sir?
Craig King.
Craig King, you're Amanda's dad. Correct. You can grab that if you'd like, and congratulations. I know you've heard this a lot, that we really appreciate you sending your kids to Tri-County. And it's really an honor and privilege to work with your students and get the support we get from you at home as well. So again, I want to reemphasize that. And I want to say thanks for coming out, and I want to thank you for coming out to this event tonight, because I'm about ready to get back to normal. Not normal, but better than normal. And I think everybody's feeling the same way I am as well. So thank you very much for coming. Have a great night. Drive safe.